Everybody needs a good ladder. And what we tend to do, if you're in a hurry, and it's just something as simple as maybe changing the battery in the smoke detector or changing a recessed light bulb, is instead of getting a ladder out of the garage, we reach for something like a dining room chair. That's not safe. The number one cause of injuries for senior citizens in America are slips and falls. And a ladder should be one of the safest places for you to be. So Little Giant, which is by far one of the best brand names of ladders being made anywhere in the world, we've sold a remarkable 1.1 million Little Giant ladders here at QVC. This one is customer top rated and was immediately from the start. And the reason for it is that this is going to be the ladder that you reach for before you reach for any others. The whole thing folds down to about 4 inches in width. And it's very lightweight. It weighs less than your dining room chair, probably. All you do is you open it up. Now, you don't have to use the safety bar, but as I was telling my crew, I'm not good with heights at all. So this bar snaps into place. Now you've got not only a place for you to hold on to, but if you'll notice, it doesn't really look like a ladder. It looks like a portable flight of stairs. Ladder rungs are usually very small. So you're like a bird on a wire. With this, you've got big platform steps, and when you get to the top, you know how many step ladders there are that there's a big sticker on the top step that says, "Do not step here"? Then what did you put the step there for? Okay? With this, your knees are now up against this railing so that you're secured. You've got now 3 points of contact. And you've got places up here on this railing for everything from screwdrivers to light bulbs to your phone, because YouTube University. You're going to be able to do all your projects quicker, simpler, but most importantly, safer. I want to bring my buddy in. Kenyon Allen is one of the representatives from Little Giant. He is broadcasting live from his home out in Utah. Kenyon, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is our best-selling Little Giant ladder. And I think it's going to be the one that most people will use the most often. Maybe you'll get the bigger Little Giant out of the garage when you clean the gutters, or you're going to put holiday lights up. But this is the one that you're going to use on a regular basis to wash the top of the SUV or change a light bulb, or for me, when the wife hides the cookies on the top shelf. Oh, that makes me mad. This is the one they're going to use. Great ladder.
And they're willing to use it because it's so slim, it's so lightweight. It's going to be available in between the washer and dryer, just right there at the fingertip. And what I love about this, only 16 pounds. And as you said in the intro, as you rotate this open, it's so easy to set up. When you open this up, you can use that safety rail. And what I love about that safety rail is that other step stools are usually only 1 step or 2, or look similar to a milk crate, right? Where you have to balance against the wall or against the refrigerator while you're trying to reach up to get what you need. This gives you that third point of contact, that point of reference that you usually don't have.
Yeah, and it's all about being safer and doing it right. My dad is in his late 90s, and telling him not to do something hasn't worked ever. So when the battery starts chirping in the fire, smoke detector, he's going to get up on something to change that battery. So I wanted to make sure that he had something that was easy, maneuverable, but would still hold weight. How large of a person will this support, Kenyon?
This is rated up to 375 pounds.
Wow.
And to give you some perspective, that's the very highest rating that ANSI and OSHA, those governing bodies for safety, that's the highest rating that they give on ladders. Yeah. 375 pounds.
I'll tell you, just having something to hold on to with your hand as you reach overhead for that light bulb just makes you feel more secure. And I'm not good on heights. Never have been, I never will be. So even up this high is something that is a little nerve-wracking to me. I love that both feet are planted firmly on these decks. Most treads of a ladder are only 4 inches in width. This is much, much easier. Great idea.
Let's talk about those. Not only are they 13.5 inches wide by 8.5 inches deep, so they're nice and wide like the stairs on your house, but they're also textured. So they have some texture to them. So regardless of the weather conditions, you're going to be safe with obviously you want to wear dry shoes, but now you're safe because you have something gripping the bottom of your feet, whether you're indoors or outdoors. Also, the feet on the ladder themselves are oversized for not only that side tip stability, but also they're also textured. So whether you're indoors or outdoors, you have these big, wide feet. You'll see that those stars really say it all. So you don't need to take my word for it, although I've worked for Little Giant for half of my life. Little Giant's been around for 50 years.
Yep.
And this ladder is probably the most popular, I believe, that we've ever sold on QVC.
Yeah, it instantly became customer top rated. And we had some of the reviews on the bottom of the screen. It's interesting how many reviews had the word love in it. You know, most people you wouldn't think would love a ladder, but it's just absolutely more convenient. And it's one less thing to worry about. And I know this sounds crazy. I'm on a ladder more often in the fall than I am any other time of year because I have to clean out my gutters. I put up holiday lights. I'm power washing. I'm always washing the truck. And I'm not a tall guy. I can't reach the top of the cab of my pickup truck without a ladder. So this is a case where I'm not just a host, I'm also the consumer. This is the most often used ladder at my home. I own it as well. I love that it doesn't weigh very much. These little mechanisms right here are the coolest thing. I mean, this thing it's just built like a tank, but yet it's lightweight. It weighs in at 16 pounds, that's it. The engineering on it is sweet. It folds up in a matter of a few seconds, and that folds up to what, 4 inches max?
Yeah, just a little less than 4 inches wide, 16 pounds.
But,
and Dan, it does come fully.
But it holds 375.
Exactly. And we should probably mention here that it comes fully assembled. So when it does come out of the box, not only is it fully assembled, it comes with that lifetime warranty. And from that brand, Little Giant, that's been doing this for half of a century, you can trust the name, you can trust the quality in it. Now, I think that in those reviews, people really love, they don't necessarily love the ladder. They love the safety. They love the peace of mind. They love that assurance that it gives to them, their loved ones. This is the ladder that my wife climbs. This is the one that our loved ones climb. And again, we sometimes make this into a wedding gift, a graduation gift for somebody that's going to be moving into a different sense of independence. This is a great gift for them too.
I'll tell you what, Ken, you've worked in the ladder industry, again, you said almost half your life. That is such an adult purchase when you buy your first ladder.
Right.
Yeah. It's like when you buy your first couch, because you don't have to. If you drive around long enough, you'll find a couch, right? But when you buy your first ladder, man, you did it. You made it. You got a job. You're doing well. That's such a cool thing. I really do appreciate the design. And by the way, I've seen a lot of step stools that are out there that still, they're rickety. And when you get on them, they wobble because they're made of pressed steel. This is aircraft aluminum, which, by the way, aluminum costs more than steel, considerably more than steel right now. So our price of $136.60, I think, is extraordinarily reasonable. You don't sell 1.1 million of anything here at QVC unless it's great. We've sold 1.1 million Little Giant ladders, and they have a lifetime warranty. So they build it with the knowledge that you're going to buy it one time, and you'll never have to replace it. The only reason why you would have to replace this is if you loan it to somebody, because they're going to want it. They're going to want to keep it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's safety rail. Now, as you climb, notice, Dan, when you're climbing, not only do you have both feet securely planted, again, just like you're standing on the ground, because you have that much surface area on every one of those treads. It feels like standing on stairs. And then, I don't know if the doctor has cleared you for climbing on the top step, but when you're up here, you also have that third point of contact. You can lean against that bar. It gives you that third point of contact. Every safety professional says, always have 3 points of contact when you're on a ladder. When you have 2 feet and 1 hand, this is where your hands go. holding onto the safety rail when you're reaching up to dust off those ceiling fans. This is the time of year, isn't it? That the summer dust is on our fans, the light bulbs that need to get changed. And this is the perfect height. I think we've said earlier on an earlier airing, 85% of what we do at home is going to be 8.5 feet and down. And that's exactly where I am right here. Light bulbs, smoke detector batteries, and standing on something that feels like a staircase.
During the pandemic, I remodeled our guest bedroom and did it myself. I moved this ladder probably 50 times while I was painting and retexturing the walls in that room. It's rock solid. Everything from the way the feet extend out to the fact that, I'm going to tip this forward, to the fact that they created a place for you to, if you're going to change light bulbs, you put the light bulb in here. So you're not climbing the ladder with something in your hands. Screwdrivers fit perfectly in here. Paint brushes. This little tray, that's for your cell phone. Because you can do anything with YouTube nowadays. Anything. 8 minutes with YouTube, I could do brain surgery. Now, I'm not saying it's going to turn out well, okay? But do it yourself is not only more gratifying, but it saves you a lot of money. So this is a purchase that theoretically could pay you back by doing that painting project yourself instead of hiring a contractor. Or the little things like reaching the top shelf or washing the top of the car or the SUV. It is the perfect gift for someone to be independent. My wife is not going to wait for me to get home to do something. Plus, she's stronger than me to begin with. I come from a long line of wimpy men. No upper body strength at all, Kenyon. So my wife is going to get the job done. I feel better as a loving husband knowing that she has the right equipment to be safe. You and I both laugh at some of the manufacturers of what they sell as step stools because they're contraptions that look dangerous and feel dangerous. If you're my age, you have at least one ladder that your dad owned that was made of wood and the thing shimmied back and forth every time you climbed it. And it always had paint on it.
Right.
Always had paint on it. This is the modern safety equipment that people need, and it weighs in again at 14 pounds, or 16
This
pounds.
one's 16 pounds.
16 pounds,
And
yep.
one thing that's worth mentioning here, Dan, is that those treads, not only are they nice and large, and again, the reviews always mention how large these treads are.
Yep.
But what I love about them is that those treads are only 9 inches apart from each other. So when I step from step to step, I'm not lifting my leg and my hips 12
true.
inches like a step ladder. This is only 9 inches. Again, similar to a staircase that you have in your home.
What impressed me the most, and Ken, you and I know the same people, you know. I've known your coworker Mel for years, decades. There was so much thought that went into designing and making this, and every bit of the design is just simply more logical. There's a big, big difference between climbing a flight of stairs and climbing a ladder. I am not comfortable on a ladder. I'm not even thinking about it when I'm climbing stairs. So you're getting the end result of what you need. I need to be able to reach something. I need to be taller than what I am. But you're doing it in a way that's safer, more stable. Look at this thing. It doesn't move at all. The feet don't move. It doesn't shimmy. This thing is rock solid. And most ladders have a tipping point. The higher up you go, and the more you're changing the vertical center of gravity and the weight, the less stable a ladder tends to be. But this thing, it's just solid.
Yeah, and it feels please.
Go ahead.
It feels intuitive and natural like a staircase. We've been climbing stairs since we were 2, 3 years old, where here it feels intuitive and natural. Yeah. Again, I can hold on to that safety rail. And notice that we've put a few different options as far as holding on to that safety rail. Of course, you can hold on to the sides. Yep. There's this metal brace underneath, that aluminum bar underneath, or hold on to the top cap or that tool tray. But either way you hold on to it, it still gives you that third point of contact. Again, as you're climbing the ladder, no longer do you need to try to find your balance against the wall, against the refrigerator. As you reach into those top cupboards, This is the time of year that we're dusting, we're doing light painting. Some of those smoke detectors need new batteries. We do ours in the fall and in the spring.